You know, Sarpy County is one of the fastest growing areas inside the entire state of Nebraska. So we thought it might be wise for us to take a look at Sarpy County, what's really driving their growth down there. My name is Lynn Hinderaker. Thanks for joining me here on WowBiz Weekly and, of course, on WowBizTV.com. By the way, before we get into the next interview here, and you're going to love this, you want to take a look around on WowBizTV.com. There are a lot of very helpful videos that will help you make an informed purchasing decision. There's all kinds of thought leaders right here in Douglas County and in Sarpy County, and we certainly want to elevate and showcase the thought leadership and the experts that are all around us that need to be showcased here on video and on the web. So that's what we're doing. Thanks for joining us here in our media revolution. All right, now on to our next guest, or our first guest today. As I mentioned, Sarpy County is growing explosively. They just added a bunch of new businesses down there. We'll talk about that shortly. And leading the charge, of course, as she should be, is the lady that runs the Chamber of Commerce down there in Sarpy County. As you know, about this time every year, everybody comes up with their plan for the future. So I'm pleased to introduce you to the lady that runs the Sarpy County Chamber of Commerce. She's got her plan, she's got her achievements, she's got her strategy. She's going to share them exclusively right now with us. Please welcome, with the Chamber of Commerce, Ms. Wendy Richey, everybody, right now. Very good.
Thank you, Lynn.
Thank you.
That's a tall order for me today.
No, it's not. I think you're up to it. You know, everybody comes to WowBiz kind of, we raise the bar just a little bit.
Yes.
For just a couple moments.
Okay, I can handle it.
All right, outstanding. Well, congratulations, first of all, on doing a great job. All right?
Thank you.
I know
Thank
your
you.
things
Had a
are
great
coming
year.
along, and you've got committees and groups and people and new members.
Yes.
How many members do you have, by the way?
We got about 670, which is about up 30% over last year. So we've done
Outstanding.
extremely well. Yes,
about a
thank you.
30% growth right now in the membership roster. Let me tell you, chambers of commerce, like all nonprofit groups, have difficulty during recessionary periods. They lose members, all right? The rosters don't grow typically, so that's really...
It's good, and we've got about an 80% retention rate, which is awfully good. So
yes,
people are staying.
Outstanding performance, so good for you. Now, let's talk a little bit about your plan. We've been talking before. We had Heather Legg on our earlier show, talking about innovative approaches towards strategy and innovation. Tell me, what's going on with Sarpy? What are you trying to accomplish as we go into 2013? Give me the 3 or 4 kind of top goals.
3 or 4 top goals.
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting. Last year, we always asked our memberships, you know, what can the Chamber do for you to make your 2012 your best year yet?
Yes.
And we asked that question this year, too. But our other probing question is, how do you want to see Sarpy County shaped? Because we're at a bit of a crossroads right now as far as our growth is just expanding exponentially. And so how do we make that work the right way?
Yeah, because otherwise it could be all over the board.
It could be all over the board, and we're unique that we have 5 municipalities plus the county at large.
Yes.
And so each of those municipalities are competitive with each other.
Yeah, they have their own agendas.
They do. And so how do you bring us all together, plus the community at large, to really shape Sarpy County for future?
Do you think President Obama could even bring them together? I'm just curious.
You know,
if you think that could even happen. It's not that divisive, is it?
They have brought themselves together, actually. Yes.
Okay.
The 5 mayors of the cities have a wonderful working relationship with each other, as well as the county. And even though they're competitive, you know, both, you know, everybody wants Chick-fil-A in their city. They know that if, you know, what's good for Papillion is also good for Gretna, and what's good for Springfield is good for La Vista, and what's good for Bellevue is good for the county.
So they're thinking holistically.
They are thinking holistically. If it can't happen in Bellevue, then if it happens in Papillion or La Vista, Gretna or Springfield, then it's good for the county. And that's one concept that I think is extremely unique about Sarpy County, is that you've got these 5 municipalities that do work together.
That is so
even
interesting.
though they're competitive.
You know, I have to share briefly with you just to augment your point. I was visiting with David Brown at the Omaha Chamber, and they're talking about entrepreneurialism. And of course, here we are in the Mastercraft building. There's a lot of entrepreneurs
Very
in this
unique
building.
Businesses,
absolutely.
Yes. I see a lot in your audience, actually.
Absolutely, and a lot of aspiring, budding entrepreneurs here in the COBA segment. But one thing that they have done, it's very interesting, is that they formed an alliance between Omaha and Des Moines and Kansas City. All right, and they all have succeeded in different ways, fostering and identifying entrepreneurs.
Yes.
Financing, mentoring, that kind of thing.
Correct.
And these 3 municipalities have agreed to work together, kind of sharing programs and ideas, similarly to what you're talking about with your five mayors down there in Sarpy County. So that's good. You've got an atmosphere of cooperation.
Collaboration's perfect.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what's that going to achieve? What would be the first time you're going to call me and say, hey, Lynn, we just achieved objective number 1? What's it going to be?
Well, that's kind of the big question for 2013, and that's the exciting part of Sarpy County. Where are we going to be in the future?
What's the right goal, huh?
What is the right goal, and how are we going to achieve this?
Yes.
We've got a lot of businesses that are very interested in the area, especially the data centers. We offer,
huge
very
business.
big. We just, you probably heard about Project Photon, which is also now out and released, has Fidelity Investments, a $200 million project. We've got 3 other data centers there, and we're kind of primed for that. It just seems to be a logical place.
Is that because the cost of real estate's a little bit lower down there? Or
utilities is
utilities.
the biggest issue, and also the infrastructure.
Okay.
We also have a very highly educated population of people, and those jobs are required to be very highly educated.
Yeah, I know that your educational scores are really high.
Very high.
The
Very
young
high
folks coming out
percentage
of
of people
Papillion
that
High
are,
School and stuff.
well, very high percentage of people that are college educated in the Sarpy County area.
I've seen that.
We hope that some of these Creighton students, I know a lot of them are probably from out of town, but we hope that they choose to stay and live, work, and play.
They'll
in
create
Sarpy
families,
County.
move to the suburbs. They'll be in La
love to
Vista
have
in a
them.
few years, or
We'd love to
Papillion
have
or
them.
whatever. All right, maybe one more time as we kind of wrap up here, because this is such it's a big story.
Yes.
All right, but what would be a few of the goals that people are bandying around? Let's say, for instance, we're inside your management committee, your executive directors. What do they want to achieve? They want to restore 84th Street. They want to make things happen around Southport, out by the interstate. Obviously, is going with Cabela's and the baseball team. What are people even thinking about?
Well, the 370 corridor still connects Sarpy County pretty much from one end to the next.
That's the common denominator, right?
In the next few decades, you're going to see a Platteview Road development that's going to connect from the Highway 34 bridge, which is Iowa, and connect it all the way through Platteview Road down to I-80.
Okay.
And that will be probably our next major intersection. But right now, I think Highway 370 is still our predominant connection through
Good.
Sarpy County.
Good,
and
good.
so that's where you'll see most of the development. You're talking about Warner Park. We've already got some developments that are coming in there already.
There's
so
an ecosystem there.
There's an ecosystem there and a beautiful place to locate.
Great,
So,
great.
yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining
thanks
me.
for having us.
And congratulations down there on Sarpy County.
Thank
We're going
you,
to
I
talk to one of
appreciate
your
it.
associates here very shortly.
Good.
Please say thank you to Wendy Richey from the Chamber of Commerce. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
Great to see you. We'll be right back with Wild News Weekly. Thanks for joining us.